that you generate go back into supporting the community or supporting the mission of an organization. These profits don't go into my pocket, they don't go into the president's pocket, they don't go into some corporation's pocket. They really go back into the center, which ultimately you are the stakeholders of, right? So this is a stakeholder-supported project, not a shareholder-supported project. So being a part of that makes you rather unique. And unique in the sense that there is not a program like this at the City University of New York, and there's not very many programs like this throughout the country. And so I think what we're doing here is successful. We learn as we go. We're not perfect. We have to assess what we do. We stumble. We get back up. We say what happened, what went wrong, and so part of you guys keeping journals, part of you guys giving us feedback as to what we can do. If this thing was perfect, none of us would need to be here, right? We could all go home and then say, oh, it's perfect, and the student center is perfect, and everything's perfect, give me my A. But that's not really the case. This is a learning laboratory, and in laboratories, failure happens. You have some successes. You both you learn from those failures, and you learn from those successes equally. And getting no result in itself is a result. So we try things out, and if it doesn't work and we don't see the fruits of that action, then maybe that tells us something too. Maybe that input that would lead us to some type of conclusion. So as a laboratory, I think is very unique. On a worldwide scale, I've shared this project with a couple different people at different conferences, and one gentleman I remember about a year ago I was sharing, and he was with the Qatar Foundation and associated with the higher education system over there in Qatar. And I was just sort of, casually talking to him about it. And he lit up when I said that there was a real bona fide relationship, an unforced, a relationship that was not coerced. Our bosses didn't come to us and say, you have to do this. This was something that organically happened. It happened with you, with students that were before you, and Miles and myself and my staff all talking and saying, hey, this could really work. And so the organic formation is really the special part of it. And so the gentleman from Qatar Foundation was really interested. And he wasn't interested for me to tell him how successful we were, or how great you guys are, how smart Brooklyn College. He already knew that, all right? He knew all that stuff. But what he was interested in, and what pleased him, was the fact that we were actually looking at this critically. And we were assessing it, and not just going back and saying, oh, everything's perfect. Because it's not, right? It's not perfect. And so I think that honesty is what makes this a success, and I think that's what makes you guys feel good about participating in it, because it is authentic. It's not some made-up thing, it's not some corporate conspiracy or anything like that. It's you guys, it's you putting in time, and these are the results that we see. So, as always, I talk too much, but I really want to say that without Miles, obviously this would not have happened. Without my staff, this would not have happened. Without leadership from Dean Wilson and Dean Morales, this wouldn't have happened. And most importantly, without you, it would not have happened. None of us should be here if we're not here because of you guys, right? We should all go find another occupation somewhere else. But we're here because you guys are here. And that's why we get up in the morning and we come to places like the Student Center, or to our classroom, or our office in Whitehead, or what have you. And this is why we're here, to develop you. So you get some type of experience that's relevant to the real world, that will give you some type of critical analytical skill, or passion to change the world, or make a contribution to your community. And this is why we're here. And so it's really one of those moments where you can be thankful that, or at least I can be thankful that I think I chose the right gig to do. It's a good deal of fun, and it's a good deal of fun because we get to work with you guys. So I will turn it over to Miles, and thank you so much for
Ryan, thank you very much. It's really a pleasure to work with Ryan because he really walks the talk, right? For something like this to happen, it can't just be words on a piece of paper, right? There's got to be ongoing dialogue and collaboration, and like Ryan said, importantly, we're all here because of students, right? It's all about you. You're the customer, and without you, then we have no reason to be here, right? That's why all of us are here, is to help students be successful. Together, we can make a difference. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
This evening, we're very fortunate to have a special guest be here. She's the Dean of Undergraduate Studies, and she's been with the college for quite a long time. Has demonstrated significant dedication and has made numerous contributions. And she's here because she recognizes the effort that the students put forth this semester and also in past semesters, and she wants to take this opportunity to share with you her thoughts. Please join me in welcoming Dean Donna Wilson.
This is a real privilege for me to be a part of this event. I want you to know that from the perspective of academic affairs and undergraduate education, the projects, the initiatives that you are working on here is really one of the wonderful examples we have of what happens when liberal education sort of meets the road, when it comes to where people live. There were for many generations an idea of liberal education that separated it from career development, from the practical world. People thought that was kind of about a life of the mind that shouldn't be corrupted by things like jobs and salaries and career planning. Well, fortunately, those days are long behind us, but we're still finding our way to how do we bring these things together in meaningful ways. And what you have done is, from the grassroots up, is you've made that happen. So I'm telling you, as Dean of Undergraduate Education, I'm watching you and I'm learning from what is happening here. And let me just help you make some connections that I make in my mind when I think about the project that you're engaged in here in the Student Center and with the business program. If you think about some of the 10 goals that the faculty established for the core curriculum several years ago when they changed over and did some revising of the core, you think about some of those goals and how those things are being brought to life here. For example, the first goal says that Brooklyn College students will learn to be independent and critical thinkers. Now, there's a lot of independent thinking going on in developing this, and in assessing it, you're also doing a lot of critical thinking. That same goal says that you'll learn to become skilled communicators, both orally and in writing. And in working together to make this project a reality, I'm sure that all of you are using and improving those communication skills. Another goal says that students will learn to use information from various sources to solve problems. You're doing that here. You're making it happen. Students will be equipped to make sound, ethical judgments. And I've no doubt that in some of the work you've done, you've had to say, well, is there an ethical dimension here that we need to consider? Another goal, students will value and learn to navigate diversity in a diverse community. it doesn't take much.